welcome back to the stream. In this session, we're going to be doing another Udemy course where I'm going to be learning how to train my voice, because I think it's important to know how to modulate my voice if I'm recording myself doing this on stream, and if I have intentions of pursuing a content creation career. I think this type of course would be really beneficial to me. Without further ado, let's get started.
And as these call center employees, now whether you're a man, woman, young, old, a commanding voice is absolutely essential to progress in life and to attain success in social and business situations. When people truly listen to you and enjoy hearing you speak, it makes a whole world of difference to your satisfaction of living and also your enjoyment of your job, communicating effectively to co-workers or to your bosses, or if you're a manager, to your reports. Effectively, it comes down to improving the voice quality in terms of depth, resonance, clarity, and power. A great voice makes a highly effective and attractive communication, and we'll also weave in this course some body language too, as good techniques here will also pay dividends in terms of effective communication. Now, first of all, you need to be able to find out what it is about your own voice that you feel is holding you back. What is it about the way you sound to others that means you aren't really being listened to properly? What is it about your voice that means it could get strained when you're trying to speak louder in a noisy situation, or maybe when giving a formal speech or business presentation? Why can't you seem to be able to have the confidence to speak to others that you're attracted to? Here's a sad fact. When someone has a voice they think isn't attractive to others, it's very tempting for them in their lives to simply speak less. After all, we're in a society now where many people text or email each other rather than just picking up the phone. You must fight against this. The less you use your voice, it reinforces the thoughts in your head that you are no good at vocal communication. So you speak even less, and all your direct interaction with others diminishes. Throughout this 30-day course, I want you to use your voice as much as possible, without straining it, of course. As your voice improves, and it will, you'll find it's like taking possession of a brand new car. You can't wait to take it for a drive many times during the day. So use the most of your voice. Chat to people when you're out and about. Use the phone rather than texting people, or use email. Talk to yourself in the car and do the exercises that we'll go through over our journey together. So, first of all, before we start any exercises, you need to be able to listen to your voice as others hear you. Now, if you're a professional voice artist like myself, you'll have your own recording studio, won't you? And you'll have heard yourself on your studio loudspeakers endlessly for a long time in high fidelity. But look, if you aren't in that type of job, and the last time you heard your voice was maybe on a home video or a telephone answering machine, you really need to do something better and more scientific than that. I want you to speak into a recording device and play back at decent quality, and you need to be able to analyze what it is you're hearing. You see, the way you hear your own voice in your head is very different from the way people hear it with their ears, so that's why you need to do this. A cheap and easy way of doing this, unless you want to hire a local recording studio, is simply use your mobile phone in a very quiet place, which has minimum echo. Usually, if you record in a quiet bedroom, that's the best place, plenty of soft furnishings around you. I'll tell you what you're going to record in a minute. But while we're talking about equipment, when you play your recording back, don't listen to it on the tiny mobile phone speaker or on earpieces either. I'm sure you'll have access to at least a Bluetooth loudspeaker where the quality of sound will be much better, so go for this option if you have it. So, I assume you're ready to go to your quiet room with nobody else around to put you off, and you'll have your recording device ready. So pause the video and start it again when you're ready to record. Okay, Well, now you should be in a nice quiet room, nobody around. Okay. Now, before we start, hope you realize that all of us speak in a different way in different situations. The manner that we speak and the type of voice we use for talking to our partner or lover is totally different from, say, a boss, a teacher, the friend down the pub, the guy who delivers mail, and so on. You get my drift. We speak differently to different people. Now, when we start recording, I'm not going to give you a script to read. I want you to ad-lib like an improv actor. Everyone can act. Come on, you can. Get out your comfort zone now. Everyone can improvise a script as well. I don't want to scare you off at this point, but honestly, it is very easy because none of us has a script to read throughout our entire lives, do we? We're forever ad-libbing. So I'll give you a situation and I'll give you a question as well that you need to answer. Now, you're the second half of the conversation, basically. Just use the power of your imagination. Put yourself in each situation. Just say what comes into your head. Don't worry, it's only you that's going to hear the playback. I don't want you to send it to me. The reason we're doing this is so you can analyze whether you are better in a formal situation or a social situation and any other kind of situation. You will see exactly the areas that need to be improved in. Then we'll analyze the technical aspects of your voice. Okay, here we go. It's the same question for every situation. And the question is, what do you do?
Write this down. What are you doing the rest of the day?
Doing the rest of the day. What are you doing the rest of the day? Now, you can either answer truthfully or make something up. It doesn't matter. You just want to hear back your voice at this point. You may be about to go to bed or rush off and pick some groceries. It doesn't matter. But just talk for about 20 seconds on the answer to each one. So, put your recording device into record. Make sure the microphone is about 3-4 inches away from your mouth. And for our first scenario, pretend I am your best friend who's just called you up and asked that question. What are you doing the rest of the day? So, pause the video, record your short reply, and start me again once you've finished.
All right, so the first person we're answering to is reply to your best friend. And what else did I want to do? I forget. Oh, yeah, now I remember. So if I was replying to my best friend, I would look at my schedule. I mean, go here and go to my channel. Gotta mute that. And actually, let me see if it's working. Nice, it's working. Anyway, what am I doing for the rest of the day? Well, let's see. Pop-out extension. And for the rest of the day, starting with 1 o'clock, I plan on streaming again, on doing some courses or some lessons from networklessons.com on the CCNA certification. My goal is to complete all the course material from CCNA to also CCNP material from Network Lessons, and I want to do it all on stream. So this is going to be the start of my journey into doing that. And after that, at damn it, it's military time. I'm not used to this. I think it's -2, so that'd be 3 o'clock. I'm going to be streaming yet again for the 4th time today. And I'll be taking a course on time management. So I'll be doing that at 3. And at 5, I'm taking a Udemy course on Adobe After Effects because I want to be able to generate motion graphics for both my stream and also for the purpose of creating graphs and diagrams for technical things that I'm learning, such as I'm learning about GCP. I'm also learning about the CCNA certification, and I'm probably not going to make any graphs or diagrams for time management, but it will mainly be for these two. And in the future, I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish some of these lessons, and it would give me more time to add other technical topics to my streaming agenda. So that is that. And then later in the night, I'm probably going to go to dinner with a friend. Yeah, I think that's over 20 seconds. But let's see.
Okay, I assume your recording device is still going. Well, keep it going if you want. Doesn't matter if you've paused it. I want you to answer the same question, but this time pretend you have a rather disgruntled boss. Just telephoned you about something at work. Done all that business. That conversation is finished. And the boss has asked you the same question as a way to end the call, as a way to complete the conversation in a pleasant manner, as bosses do, don't they? So, what are you doing the rest of the day, says your boss.
So if my boss is disgruntled, then I probably wouldn't want to disclose much. I probably want to get to the point and get him out of my radar. So I wouldn't really, tell him too much. Where's my schedule? Okay. I would say something along the lines of, hey, I'm probably going to be busy streaming for the rest of the day, so I'm probably not going to be able to do any work so that there won't be any unpaid time after work that I have to perform. I'm kind of at a loss for words now, since it's been a while since I streamed, so I'm having some anxiety, but I'm okay. How would I do this? I want to actually take the time and think about it. Hey, yeah, I'm going to be streaming for the rest of the day, so I'm going to be tied up. You can actually watch me if you want. I believe I've given you the link before. And yeah, so that's me. And I'll see you tomorrow. Is how I believe I would respond to a boss, but it really depends on what type of boss it is, because I've had bosses who have genuinely gotten very personal with me and build a trust system with me where I can simply talk to that person as a friend. But if it's a boss that I don't really know, and if it's a boss that does not really care for an employee's personal time, then I'll probably just simply tell him or her that, hey, I'm gonna be tied up with a couple things later today. So I'll see you tomorrow. I think that would be as much as I would say for a boss that I don't really like or don't really know. Yeah. Okay. Moving on with the next lesson.
So imagine your own boss, if you have one. If you don't, make one up. Imagine someone in authority saying that to you. What are you doing the rest of the day? Think up something, then record it. Pause the video and off you go. Well, how'd you get on replying to your boss? Okay, it's the same question again for the next one. This time it's your life partner, wife, husband, flatmate, someone that you're very relaxed with. You've just finished a meal, tidied up, and the question is asked by your flatmate or wife or husband, what are you doing the rest of the day? So imagine you're replying to them and record that now. Pause the video.
Okay. Hey babe, I'm going to be streaming for the rest of the day. Did you need me for anything? Cool. That said, I will talk to you later. All right. Keep it simple.
Okay, last one. Finally pretend you're talking to a complete stranger. Never met them before. Someone who has phoned you up from a car insurance company. You've done your business, and as these call center employees tend to do, ask you a friendly, chatty question in the hope that you'll give them a good review afterwards. So you'll probably not want to give too much information away to this type of person, or be even slightly frosty. It's up to you. So here's the question again. Record your reply and then pause the video.
To a stranger, it would be similar to my response with a disgruntled boss. I probably wouldn't want to reveal much, and if it's someone that is a telemarketer, I'd just hang up. I wouldn't really say anything. So my response would be, hey, yeah, but you know what? I think I'm good on this offer. And you know what? I have some things planned that I need to get to. So thank you for calling me. I will talk to you later. I probably wouldn't even say talk to you later. Yeah. Anywho, I think that's a good response.
What do you do in the rest of the day? Right, well, you now have 4 recordings. I need you now to play them back through a decent loudspeaker, please, if you can. Analyze your voice on many fronts. You can download the check sheet for this exercise that will ask you to fill in honestly and comprehensively, but you don't need to do that. Any bit of paper will do. It's only 4 questions, isn't it? Remember, I asked you to record this without anyone else being there. This is because, well, people get self-conscious and can kind of be put off their own performance. But maybe at this stage for the review, it would be a good idea if there was someone you really trusted to help you analyze your voice on the playback. You've got 4 recordings. You'll reply to your best friend, to your boss, your partner or flatmate, and a stranger. So let's analyze everything scientifically. Play back all the 4 recordings now. So pause this video, please, and play them back. Right. If you've now listened to your playback, mark yourself out of 10 for each of the aspects we'll go through now, and you may need to review them yet again, so pause me as and when. Question 1, voice relevance. Did your voice change at all between the different imaginary characters you're talking to? Give yourself a score between 1 and 10. A low score if the voice seemed to be the same for everybody, or a high score if the voice really did adapt to the type of person you're talking to. Here, we're analyzing how well you can adapt to situations. How well you can act in a way. Even though you may not want to be a voice actor, there are certain aspects of everyday speech where voice acting techniques are used, even if you are not aware of them. Stay with me. This may seem bizarre what we're doing, but it's worth it. So write that down. Question 2, confidence. How confident did you sound? I know I was asking you to make things up, but were there gaps between each sentence or in the middle of sentences while you were thinking of what?
So here I'll change this to notes to define what he actually means. What did he say?
What else to say? Did you asking you to make things up? But were there gaps between each sentence or in the middle of sentences while you were thinking of what else to say? Did you start the sentence at full volume? Or do you seem to ramp up the power at the beginning? Or do you fade into speaking? Or do you fade out at the end? Or end at the full confident volume? I mean, give yourself a mark from 1 to 10, where 10 is the best. Question 3.
Full.
Stuttering. Do you repeat any syllables? In other words, do you have an issue with stuttering? What about saying thinking words like or Give yourself a mark out of 10. A higher score means you have minimal issues in this area. Question 4. Clarity. Could you understand everything you were saying? Were there some words that were, to be honest, slurred into each other? Were there some words that you could have actually pronounced better? Give yourself a score.
Were there words that you could have pronounced better?
Question 5. Speed. For all 4 recordings, do you feel you're speaking too slowly or too fast for the various situations? Were you just gabbling away? Or were you maybe speaking too slow to enthuse the listener? Again, give yourself a score out of 10. Question 6. Resonance. Now, this is a difficult one to determine on your own, but how resonant do you feel your voice is? Do you feel there could be some untapped richness of voice that could be brought out?
Untapped richness.
Right. This is almost the end of the first day's module. What I've hoped you've learned today is that we speak differently, in a different manner, in a different voice, to different people, in different situations. Over the next 24 hours, until you play the next video in this course, I would really like you to be aware of how you speak to people. How you speak to people on the telephone, to clients, to the person next door, to your friends, to the guy who delivers your Amazon parcels, whatever. Just analyze yourself as to the types of words you use and the way you use them. Just be aware. This may seem a little bit strange, what I'm asking you to do, but it is really important. And I promise you, if you follow all the training we're going to be doing over the next 30 days, you'll look at the scores that you've given yourself for those 6 questions. I am confident they will be vastly improved. There's an awful lot of stuff in this course, but it's all in bite-sized chunks, day to day. 30 days is all it takes. Before we go, the other thing I'd like to mention is please try and use your voice more than you have done in the past. Especially if, as I've mentioned before, you are a type of person who's almost ashamed of your voice, and you're likely to only use it when you really have to. Try not to text or message too much today. Actively speak to people. Speak to strangers when it's appropriate, even if it's a quick good morning chat to your receptionist or security person if you work somewhere like that. I want to make you fully confident of using your voice and be proud of it. Try it your most over the next day. Calling people rather than texting. You instigate a conversation with your friends when you're together, rather than maybe just being a listener and only reacting when people talk to you, and only talking when the self-proclaimed leaders of the group invite you to. Don't go over the top. It's always best to do things little by little, but just keep this in mind. Until we meet again, goodbye.
Sounds good so far. Save and continue. Like, why is this asking me these questions after just one day? It's like, are you learning valuable information? Sure. Are the explanations of the concepts clear? Yes. Yes. Are there enough opportunities to apply what you are learning? Yes. I mean, he did make me, or the viewer, do some exercises live. Is the course delivering under expectation? I mean, sure. After day 1, yes. Is the instructor knowledgeable about this topic? I suppose so. Save next. All right. I think we are good here. Lecture. Let's go back one lecture because I want to see the Q&A.
So, welcome to this training course.
So for the current lecture, which is day 1, let's see. Sherry asks, "Hi, Coach. Can you put subtitles for the video? I am not a native speaker in English. I'm an English learner, so I can't understand." Hi, Sherry. The subtitles are generated by Udemy and are often not very accurate, which is why we've chosen not to add them because they'll cause confusion. This guy, yeah, I'm gonna completely disregard the instructor. Please add sub. Okay. I mean, like, it's not for this type of course. I don't think it's necessary because this guy, I would think that he has the qualifications and credentials to be a voice training teacher. So if there's any like instructor out there, this guy would probably be like the least you would need subtitles because he knows how to use his voice so that there isn't any ambiguity in how he pronounces his words. So, that said, I think I am done here. And since I can't really replay my recordings until I finish this, yeah, there's not much I can do. So I'll have to think of an alternate solution for next time. Let's say, couple peoples I don't recognize. Huh. Wait, where's my schedules? Where is my schedules? Okay, so let's see. I have about an hour break, which I do need because I need to eat and I do need to walk my dog. And then I'll be back online here on Twitch to do some network lessons. And then there's going to be another break. And I'll be back again for some time management courses. Then I'll have a 2-hour break from this period. And I'll be doing my last stream session for the day with a lesson on After Effects at 5 p.m. Then I have a dinner with a friend. All right, thank you for watching. I will be back after lunch.